Hello everyone, welcome back to LF4 Academy. So in this game, we will be reviewing on Lance hylos. So I think initially he thought that he was playing the roam, but since there's a Mathilda on the team, he actually needs to play as an EXP lane in this game. So I think the main advice here is really to look at your team's heroes, try to not be as lost as this. So this is very bad actually because he actually took the mid minions as well. This might cause the Lilia not getting level 4 for the turtle. And now that he go back to his EXP lane, he missed 2 minions as well. He might also not get level 4 for the turtle. So always try not to make any blunder from the beginning of the game, because a small mistake at the start of the game could cost the game, starting from the first turtle. Also, what I advise is that if you are fighting Benedetta, you need to itemize warrior boots first, not tough boots. If you are fighting a tank EXP lane, it's honestly fine to itemize tough boots no matter what the situation is. But if you're laning against a hero that builds damage, such as Benedetta, Paquito, or even Sun, you need to build warrior boots. If not, it's very hard for you to trade against him. It's very hard for you to fight him in lane. So warrior boots would be the suggestion, would be the ideal item to go for. So you can see that just because of that small blunder at the start, the Benedetta has managed to cut the lane, has managed to roam in, and now the turtle is spawned. Okay, I think Lance can still get level 4, but the downside is that the Lilia is not level 4. And because you cleared the wave, the Lilia cannot share the EXP, Lilia won't get level 4, and Mathilda also not level 4. Whereas if you look at their team, their Novara and Benedetta is level 4. And the Tigre is also level 4. So, a lot of things I want to point out in this team fight, okay? Not from this team fight, but from this gameplay. So this gameplay that the enemy is doing is what I have always mentioned, okay? The mage goes to the EXP lane to get the 1 minute 40 seconds minion wave. So this minion wave is spawned at 1 minute 40 seconds. 1 minute 40 seconds minion wave, usually the mage will go to the EXP lane so that the mage and EXP lane can get level 4 together. And then the roam will solo the mid lane to get level 4 as well. If you do not do that, you can't get level 4 for the turtle. You don't have your ultimate spell, whereas the enemy has all their ultimate spell. And that is why you lost the first turtle. So this gameplay is very important, especially in higher tier rank games. Honestly, this enemy is not bad because they at least managed to do this gameplay. They managed to execute the gameplay. So if you look closely now, the Lilia is not even close to level 4. Okay, only Lance is level 4, Mathilda is also not level 4. Whereas in your team, Benedetta is level 4, Novara is level 4, and because of this death, the Tigre just gotten level 4 as well. So how can you win a team fight if the enemy all has their ultimate spells and you do not have your ultimate spell? You can't. This is why it's very important for everyone to not make any mistakes in the early game and try to execute this gameplay. The mage has to go to share the EXP lane with the EXP. The EXP cannot just clear the lane like this and not get level 4 with the mage. So that is the first very big mistake, which cost your early game and the first turtle. Okay, fast forward, let's see what's happening next. So if you itemize warrior boots, pretty sure you're able to fight him as well. Tough boots is really not the way to go. You can see that the Benny is shredding the hylos because of the tough boots. Fast forward, honestly this mid lane, you shouldn't touch it. Okay, your Lilia is already very behind. Number 2, there is no enemy at million now, so there's no need for you to clear the million. You should keep that farm for the Lilia. Here is only 3 minutes 43 seconds. You can go to your top lane and clear your top first. Don't need to go to the mid. So I know I've always mentioned to protect the mid lane, but sorry. So I've always mentioned in game reviews to protect the mid lane, but you need to look at the scenario as well. If this is after 5 minutes, then yes, you should do this. Because usually after 5 minutes, the jungler or even the EXP will come mid to clear. Then they'll go for the tower. But now, at 3 minutes 43 seconds, when your turret plating is still alive, when your tower still have turret plating, and your Lilia is behind, you need to give your Lilia this mid wave. Give him the farm. And you should be clearing your top lane and helping your jungler, because your jungler is invading. Okay, let's just watch from here since there is a team fight coming up. So you can see that the Benny is clearing the top lane, whereas our hylos is still at mid. So what happens is that the top wave is very wasted, and the jungler at this timing cannot go top to clear. Okay, if this is after 5 minutes, the jungler can go to top, because after 5 minutes is the timing when the jungler can take the full EXP and go. But if the jungler goes up to the EXP lane and clears the lane now, he only takes half the go and half the EXP. This is why it's not ideal for the EXP lane to be coming to mid lane so early. Before 5 minutes, you still need to clear your EXP lane. You cannot just come to mid like this. So you have just wasted one whole minion wave at the top. Okay, the Benny is very fat, shredding the high loss. Also because itemization issue. Okay, very fortunate that the Suyo still managed to get a turtle even though Lens team is losing. So here, it's fine to play the mid because the jungler can cover the top, and the jungler is near the top lane. You can see that the jungler is actually moving to the top to try to farm or even gank this Benedetta. So this ultimate is very wasted as well, okay? If you play Suyo, you should know that here, Suyo casted all his spells. He has no spells already. Your Suyo has just casted all his 3 spells, and now his 3 spells are on a 6 to 7 seconds cooldown. So even if you cast ultimate spell here, your Suyo cannot do anything, because he has no spells at all. It's kind of wasted. So you need to understand what your allies can do also. Okay, team is trying to go for Benedetta. Not sure if they can get the kill. Okay, they actually managed to get it. So you can see that you're not on the same page with your team as well, because your team is going for the Benedetta. You need to go with them. You cannot be farming the minion, especially an EXP lane. If you are a gold lane, then it's fine to farm that minion. But if you're an EXP lane, if there's a team fight, if there's a kill, you need to join your team immediately. Here also, if you look at the minimap, your team is still chasing Novara. You need to go with them. Don't go for the minion wave. Okay. I'm pretty sure if you are there with them, you are probably able to help with the Hanzo. So I'll say it's really not the EXP job to take the tower, but okay, fine. Managed to get a tower. Not too shabby. Here also, I feel the ultimate very wasted. Ultimate is not needed at this situation. The Benedetta has already missed his ultimate. The most he can do is auto attack you and cast his S on you, which he is unable to kill you. If you look at the minimap, the turtle is spawning in 22 seconds, and you have just used your ultimate spell, which means that if the turtle is spawned and the enemy takes a team fight now, immediately when the turtle is spawned, you will not have your ultimate spell. So that is actually very bad. You need to keep your ultimate spell for the turtle. Okay, mid Lilia is dead. Honestly, if I'm you, I would really go mid now. So, like I mentioned before, try not to care about the minion wave too much as an EXP lane. Here at this timing, if you look at the minimap, your team is trying to fight at the mid lane. You need to go to the mid lane right here, right now. You cannot be farming this. Even though the Benedetta has cut the lane, no choice. You need to prioritize the mid tower first. So, let me explain why you need to go mid now, because the enemy has committed 5 heroes at the mid lane. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the mid tower is always the most important tower of the game. If you are staying in the lane now, the mid tower is definitely gonna be taken by the enemy. But if you go to the mid now, you are able to defend the mid, and the downside is that maybe your top tower will down or might not even down. So even if your top tower is down, it's fine, because the mid tower is the most important. You cannot let the mid down. You can let the top down, but you cannot let the mid down. You can let the bottom down, but you cannot let the mid down. So here you need to go to the mid lane. Oh, okay. I think the Seal managed to clear the wave, that's why they didn't manage to get the tower. But yes, nevertheless, you needed to go mid lane at that moment. Okay, Mathilda got caught, that's unfortunate. Turtle have to give. So I'll say this game is really quite snowballed from the early game. But let's see if Lance can make a comeback. Okay, the Benedetta made a blunder. So honestly here, I would say stop playing the top lane. You need to stay at mid lane. I would really prioritize helping the mid more rather than farming this top. At this timing, you should let your jungler take over the side lanes. You should stop playing the side lane. You need to help your team open the map, especially it is a Mathilda room, because a Mathilda room cannot open the map. You need to be with your team and help them to open. The side lanes should be left to Suyo and let the Suyo deal with the sides. I would really suggest just give up the top lane and go the bottom lane. So this rotation is good. Okay, clearing the mid is totally fine. Okay, staying at the mid now, good. So this Suyo is now going, if you look at minimap, Suyo is already trying to go to top. You do not need to go to top. Lance, you should be staying at the mid. Do not try to go for this Benny and gang this Benny. You are not able to kill him. Just let the Suyo 1v1 the Benny. You need to protect the mid lane. You need to protect the mid lane, Lance. Oh no. Okay, Irito is coming to top. So you got to kill the mid. Here you need to go to the mid. So you can see that there's many action at the mid lane, and as an EXP lane, you really need to get involved in those action. That's the whole reason of playing the tank EXP. If you are going to play a tank EXP and just stay at the side lane, you might as well pick something with damage and just go and split push. You might as well play Sun, or you might as well play Paquito, or even like Zilong. You think about it, you play on Zilong, you just do whatever you just did. You can do much better, you got damage. So why do people play tank EXP? Because tank EXP, they have their AoE ultimate spells. And why? And what's the purpose for the AoE ultimate spells? Is really to get into those team fights and help your team win the team fights. Protect your marksman, protect your mage. That's your duty. Your job is not to do all this split push, to do the side lanes. You need to be with the team more. Even here, you shouldn't be at the top lane. You should be at the mid lane. If you want to do what you're doing now, you think about it, you might as well just play on Zilong. You can do so much better, right? So you need to think what's the purpose of picking a tank EXP. A tank EXP is really to stick with the team, open the map for the team fight with the team. So at this scenario, the Suyo should be the one doing this, not you. And you should be the one staying with your team. Oh, sorry. Okay. Same thing here. I would have communicated with the Suyo. I would just... This is why communication is so important as well. You need to tell the Suyo to take your lane if he doesn't know how to. You need to tell him, Suyo, you go and split push. I want to stick to team. I can do more in team fight. Chasing enemy Granger, okay, good. Okay, this ultimate is good. I think your ultimate spell in the early game was quite bad, in the laning phase was quite bad. But definitely in team fights, it's getting better. Benedetta chasing Lilia, Mathilda trying to help. Lilia is dead. Team gets Benedetta, okay, good. Lot is spawning. So the next objective to really play for is the Lot. So this Irriter is trying to cut the lane now so that he can set the wave for the top, which is a very good play. Like I mentioned before in one of my previous game review as well, if you want to do the Lot, always try to shove the wave opposite of the Lot. And this is what the Irriter is trying to achieve. So you can see in the minimap, by doing that, their top lane is pushing towards the tower. This is pressuring the enemy to send one of their ally to defend the top, which is the Granger now. And by doing that, you will have number advantage in the Lot. So as a hylos, try to stand more in front. Don't take the bush behind. Here, okay, not much action. Tigreal caster implosion. Okay. Honestly, it's not fine to hold your ultimate for so long. The moment the Tigreal uses implosion, here you should cast your ultimate. So by casting your ultimate here, at least the Irriter gets a movement speed boost as well. If you can see the Irriter is jumping at their backline, you should cast your ultimate spell on the Irriter or strip path in front, so that the Irriter has a movement speed boost to help him as well. The Tigreal, which is the enemy roam, has already casted his ultimate, so there's no point for you to skip your ultimate as well. Just use it. Here also, I have no idea why you're trying to back. Your team is still fighting. You need to help them in the fight. Okay, if you look at the Irriter and the Lilia, sorry. Oops. Sorry, I need to back here. Okay. If you look at the mini map, your Irriter and your Lilia, both damage dealers, they're in front of you fighting the enemy. As a roam, as a tank, you're supposed to be in front of them, not they're in front of you. If they are still moving forward, you need to go and help them. You need to protect them, especially if you still have your ultimate spell as well. You shouldn't be backing off in this scenario. See, everyone is trying to go and help them. Okay. Wait, let's just burn ultimate spell. So, what I want to point out here also is that when you just take the Lot and you have an enhanced slot pushing, try as a roam or even a tank EXP, try to combo your ultimate spell with the Lot. Okay? How to abuse the Lot, how do people play with the Lot is that when they get the Lot is treated like an additional hero, which means that you are in a 6v5 situation now. So, what do people usually do is they will follow the enhanced slot, push with the enhanced slot, then use the ultimate spell for the enhanced slot fight. For the team fight with the enhanced slot, sorry. You need to keep your ultimate spell for that. You cannot be casually casting the ultimate spell here, which actually didn't do anything as well. So you see, now that your team is going to the mid lane, trying to protect the enhanced slot. Okay, wait, they're actually not doing that. But usually they should do that, because never ever let the enemy destroy your enhanced slot or kill your enhanced slot for free. So even here, you see here, what you want to do here is actually just on your ultimate spell, but it's still on cooldown. So it's quite fortunate that your Irriter and your Suyo is carrying the game quite hard. If not, honestly, the team fights would be very bad. So that's the end of the game. I think the main pointers in this game really, number one, as an EXP lane, try to not care about dealing with the side lanes so much. You need to know that EXP lane now, especially a tank EXP, you are like a secondary roam. You really need to stick with the team, play with the team, participate the team fights with your team. You cannot be doing the side lanes like this. Okay? Ultimate spells can still be better. That's the number two. Need to practice more. Try and identify when a team fight has started. Cast your ultimate spell earlier, or at times don't even need to cast your ultimate spell. So I think that's really about it. Main issue about this game is really the gameplay. Staying the side lane too much, dealing with the side wave too much. So what I suggest also is that try to communicate with your assassin jungler more. If your assassin jungler doesn't know that he needs to take the side lane, tell him. Let him know that you are going to join a team fight with your team. You need to be there. You need to open a map for the team. Let him know that he needs to take the side lane. Get him to take the side lane. Also, itemization. Remember that if you fight EXP laners that build damage, always go for warrior boots. You only go tough boots against tanky EXP. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something. So I just want to re-emphasize that if you guys are looking for team members to play ranked in our squad, the Bond squad, we have over 500 plus community players in our Telegram group chat. Feel free to join us. In the Telegram group, you can DM me directly as well. If you have any questions, you can contact me directly from there. So the Telegram URL is in the YouTube description below. Feel free to click the link and join us. Also, if you're looking for pro item builds or emblems taken from pro players from various international tournaments, do visit ly4ly4ly4.com. Thanks everyone, and hope to see you guys again in the next video. This is ly4 Academy. Goodbye.